Okay. Good morning,
You have
millionaires.
something special.
Good
You
morning,
have greatness in
millionaires. I
you.
hope everybody's
Hello,
feeling
this is
incredible
Les
this
Brown,
morning.
and you're in the right place at the right. Please enter your.
Thank you. Please announce yourself.
And so I'm sure just like.
All participants are muted.
That sounded like Crystal.
Entry and exit tones are off.
Crystal out there making excuses for me. Sorry, everybody, for this time zone difference. You know what I mean? It has been quite a week, but that does not mean we aren't dedicated to what it is we do. I know it's been a while since we got to meet up here live. I appreciate the whole team for holding me down as I've been traveling all over the nation and whatnot, trying to put it all together. My name is Haziq Ali. For some of you that do know, or you know, if I'm introducing myself to you, then my name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach. I'm a self-esteem development expert, and our whole goal is helping you go further, faster, with less effort. Us being entrepreneurs, of course, we know that part of the job description is you being able to adapt. We know that the race don't go to the fastest, the race don't go to the strongest. The race goes to he who can adapt the quickest. Well, this morning I want to talk to you about time management, because when people say I don't have enough time, what does that even mean? Are they saying they want more hours in a day? Like they ain't using the 24 hours they get to their best advantage? Are they saying that, like, man, I wish I had a 36-hour day so I could work 24 hours and still get 8 hours of sleep? What are they saying when they say they don't have enough time? I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think that the reality is that most people don't need more time. They need better priority management. Can I get a witness? Most people need better priority management. A lot of times they're not using the time they have in a productive manner. Can I get a witness out there? Somebody say this in the comments and then give me a share. I want to make sure everybody's with me. Time management is really priority management. Can somebody type that out for me? Time management is really priority management. Millionaires, all entrepreneurs are salespeople, and all salespeople are always talking about how there's just not enough time in a day. There are just too few hours in a day. There are too many things to do. You felt that way before, am I right? Check it out. More salespeople want time management training than they want sales training. Think about it. Everybody's trying to figure out how they can harness the clock, but it's not complicated, y'all. Now, I ain't saying there ain't a time management course you can take. Maybe we'll do one in a Kaizen Academy. But what I did, instead of talking about time management, I talked about how a lot of times your to-do list is irrelevant, because what you want to focus on is the results you want. You want to focus on your desired outcome. But millionaires, you don't need a minor in rocket science to figure out what piece of paper goes into the notes and in what category and what priority and all this other stuff. But I get it. It's big business. Everybody's always selling you a planner. Like, we have an incredible planner. You know, I don't sell it to you all the time, you know, but people will sell you a planning system. You know, a lot of times a planning system will come with a training. Sometimes the training is a day long. Sometimes it's a week long. You got books, you got binders, you got all kinds of worksheets. Am I right? But here's what I want you to understand. Time management is basically about do what's important first. Somebody type that out. Time management is all about do what's important first. The time management industry has taken that principle and complicated it, right? There's an ABC system. There's a first things first system, right? What I'm trying to say is time management is about you understanding how to do the important things first. Here are the best ways for you to manage and prioritize and expand your time. You ready? Find out how decisions are made. Find out how decisions are made. How do people say yes in your particular industry? How do they say yes? Before you can get to a yes, you need to find out how you get them to a yes. Am I making sense? By what process they make the decision. Sounds common sense, but a lot of people don't do that. Here's the second one. Find out who says yes. The people who say, I'm the decision maker, usually are not the decision maker, especially not by themselves. I'm talking to those of you who are doing B2B sales, where you sell something that's a business product and you're trying to sell it to someone who makes the decisions. Here's the third one I got for you. Find out about the people who say yes. Me and one of my mentees, we had a big meeting with an NBA player earlier this week. And it was him and his business manager. and the NBA player didn't show up. You know what I mean? But guess what we did? We decided to use that time to prepare. The will to win is really the will to prepare. What are you doing to find out about the people who say yes? Personal information will lead to personal relationship, and personal relationships lead to yes. Somebody hearing me? Personal relationships lead to yes. Am I making sense? So what did we do? We took the time out to type in that basketball player's name and then the word charity work. We found out about $1 million he gave to Hurricane Katrina. We found out about $4 million. Is Earl out there somewhere? Hey, Earl the Pearl. If you out there, you know who I'm talking about. And I found it out just by typing in the basketball player's name and then charity work, and all kinds of magical articles came up. I found out in 2014 he gave $1 million each, $4 million total. $1 million to the fire department, $1 million to the EMTs, $1 million to the teachers union, and $1 million to the police. Don't that help us to know where that person is spending their money? Because if you tell me where somebody's spending their money, you tell me where somebody's spending their time, and I'll tell you that person's values. But how are you going to get them to feel you if you don't feel them first? What are you doing to discover some personal information about the person who can say yes to you? Here's the fourth one for you. Get stuff that encourages people to say yes, right? Proposals and information sheets and all of this. You know the basics, but what are you bringing to the table when you're trying to get them to say yes? What are you doing to show that you were preparing, that you consider them so important that you prepared for this? The fifth one would be talking to people in what I call the yes cycle. Talking to people in the yes cycle. Sometimes the people who buy the product ain't the same person who sells the product, who uses the product. You know what I mean? So we call that see, a lot of times you're going to have to gather evidence. You're going to have to gather support. You're going to have to gather proof to be able to get the yes guy to lean in your direction. Right? So sometimes you're gathering the intel from the people that are going to use it so you can present those findings back to the person who's going to buy it. You hear me? You hear me? Why you think when you're watching those commercials, they say, 7 out of 10 dogs love blah, blah, blah. They know you are the one who's buying the dog food, but you're not the one that's going to use the dog food. So they went and collected the statistics. Now, don't tell me how they can tell whether the dog is just meh, that's a training for another day. But the point I'm making is, you see how they gather the intel and then they present it to you, the one that's actually going to buy it. It's the last one I got for you on this particular tip. I want you to creatively think and plan time to get a yes before the competition does it. I mean, visualization is one thing, but are you visualizing what makes them smile from ear to ear and say, oh my goodness, I've been looking for you? Figure out ways to be creative and innovative and memorable. Okay. Because here are 3 uses of sales time when you're looking to make more sales. 3 uses of sales time. 1, talking to people who can say yes, right? The introduction, the preparation, the communication, or that final yes. Second use of, I'm talking about top shelf, top tier time management if you're looking to use that time to make more money. Here's the second one. Getting in front of people who say yes. Remember last week we were talking about conventions, workshops, making sure that you're set up to talk to the people when they come off that panel. What kind of gift do you have for that person that you came to this conference to meet with? And there they are right there on the panel. What did you bring? Right? How are you making sure you can get in front of them and make a good impression? Millionaires, getting in front of people who can say yes is the single highest priority. That's the best use of your time. That's the most productive use of your time. The time you spend face to face is in direct proportion to the number of sales you'll make. I know we're in a weird time in history, but try and get face to face with people. Try and meet them at the Starbucks. Try and meet them at the Chick-fil-A. You know what I mean? But try to get them on Zoom. You guys have heard me train on the 6 levels of communication. You know, the highest level of communication is going to be meeting up with them and breaking bread. You know, the lowest communication is just sending them a text. Get to a higher level of communication. And the third one I got for you is spend more fun time with your customers and prospects. Spend more fun time. Yes means you're building relationships, right? Now, here are three prime uses of time when it's kind of like passive time. That was active time. Now, here's some ways to use your passive time so you can make more sales. You ready? First, read about your industry. Somebody write that in the comments. This is important. Read about your industry. Read about your market. Read about the customers who say yes to you. What are you doing to learn more about it? Don't you know the competition ain't doing that, millionaire? What are you doing to read about the industry that you're in? Here's the second one I got for you. I mean, do you own any trade publications? Okay, you say, Hazik, I don't know much about my industry having trade publications. Well, does your perfect customer come from an industry with a trade publication? Let's say you sell business credit and you sell business credit to truck drivers. Do truck drivers have a trade publication? What websites do they go to? What radio stations do they listen to? Can I get a little 30-second segment on that radio? Am I clicking with somebody? So you want to read about your industry. The second one is read about sales in general. How do you get a yes? You know, many of you need to be in a Kaizen Academy. We have another Kaizen Academy this weekend. How you still ain't in the Kaizen Academy and you want to make more money by this time next year or this time 2 years from now? How does that make sense? And then the third one for you is reading about yourself, reading about your own attitude. We call that personal development. What are you doing to make sure you get yourself into a yes state of mind? Right? And I know that sounds like a full-time job. I had you reading about your industry. I got you reading about sales and human psychology. And then I got you reading about yourself. It's like, what you trying to do to us, Hazik? I'm trying to make you rich. I know it sounds like a full-time job, and it is. And this is why so few people succeed. You ain't got free time. You just got time you wasting or time you investing, but you ain't got no free time. Time is not money. Time is infinitely more valuable than money. And I can prove it to you. If you were told that they would give you $1 million, but you got to die tomorrow, not a single one of y'all would take that deal. Why? Because on a subconscious level, you know time is way more valuable than money. So here's how to get to yes on the use of your time. I got 10 of them for you. 1, delegate more paperwork, right? Number 2, get a laptop and learn how to master it. Number 3, stop making personal calls during your work hours. I know that's a little bit of discipline, but you deserve it. Number 4, schedule sales meetings at meals, especially breakfast time. Oh, they say they ain't got time to eat. Listen, they gotta eat. They say they ain't got time to meet. Listen, they gotta eat. They might not have time to meet, but they got time to eat. Whenever they say they don't have time to meet, see if they have time to eat. You get what I mean? Here's the fifth one I got for you. Everybody with me? Everybody with me so far? Limit yourself to a scheduled 1 hour daily segment for crap you're doing is cleaning up. Clean up. We ain't gonna do too much, but we're gonna give ourselves that hour. That way, whenever the rest of the day goes haywire, we can be like, up at 3 p.m. I'm gonna get to that. At 3 p.m. I'm gonna get that. You hear me? Here's the 6th one I got for you. Do business after regular business hours. Do business and make sales calls and make contacts and build relationships and network after regular business hours. 9 to 5 is for the normal. If you want to be extraordinary, you got to do more work from 5 to 9. Here's number 7. Stay out of other people's business. Stay out of other people's business. I'm going to leave that right there. Here's number 8. Stop complaining and telling other people your complaints. Nobody likes whiners. What people love is winners. You hear me? Number 9 is turn off the television. It's an electronic income reducer. So turn off the TV. It's a waste of time. Turn it off. And then here's number 10. The most important use of time, if you're going to balance the game of business, is spend time with your family and your friends, having some fun every now and then. Spend time on your relationships, man. Spend time on your recreation and plan it with intention. There's something weird about this world that we're in, this universe we're in. And the weird thing about this universe is this law of entropy, which says that all you need to do to destroy that business, all you need to do to destroy that relationship, all you need to do to destroy your health is just practice neglect. It takes effort to be good. It takes no effort to be evil. It takes effort to be physically fit. It takes no effort to be obese. It takes effort to get rich. It takes no effort to gradually descend into poverty. What I'm telling you is you got to invest your time, not just use it. Was this helpful, y'all? Was this helpful? Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. It's coming out at 3:30 p.m. today because this is a beautiful Friday right here. Hope everybody ready, baby. Enjoy this. Now we're going to do our affirmations. I hope y'all are ready. It's affirmation time. It's affirmation time. Call in right now. Call in right now. It's affirmation time. Let's get it. 667-776-9461. 667-776-WIN1. We got about 7 more minutes to spend together. Let's get it. Repeat after me, millionaires. Here we go.